What's up, guys? Back for another video. I was actually just watching Karen's video, this last jazz finds, and it inspired me to make a video, so thanks, Karen. Anyways, I'm gonna ramble too much. Got a bunch of stuff, so I might have to split this up into 2 videos. We'll see how I do on time. Alright, let's get into it. Mainly jazz stuff this time around. Next video will probably have a bit more prog and stuff, but we'll see how it goes. First up, Horace Silver. This is Total Response, the United States of Mind, Phase 2. So there's like three parts of this. Part 2, obviously, right here. Technically, I guess this is the Horace Silver Quintet and Sextet. It is on the United Artists, or it's United Artists Pressing, I should say. So, found this locally. Really nice though. Jazz with vocals, which I'm really not usually into at all. But Andy Bay and his sister do vocals on this. Salome Bay, I believe. But it's really nice, funky jazz, soul jazz at times. Definitely recommended. The first song is called Acid, Pop, or Pills, so might give you some kind of idea about it, but really good. If you're not usually into jazz with vocals, give us a listen at least. Came out in 70, I believe. I think it's from 1970. Pretty sure about that. It's over here. Get it mixed up. Alright, next up I got a couple albums which are kind of in the same style of jazz. They're both kind of electronic jazz. First up is Charles Austin and Joe Gallivan with At Last. This is from 1975 on Man-Made Records. Like I said, it's just electronics and jazz mixed together, duet record. Charles Austin plays sax, flute, oboe, and horn, and Joe Gallivan on the synths and percussion. Like I said, just done really well. Been after this one for a little while. Finally found it. It's not really rare per se, but sometimes it can just be a little bit tricky to find, but plain just black label there. But great album. If you're into that electronics jazz mix, highly worth checking out if you haven't checked this one out already. Would definitely suggest it. They've had a bunch of albums together in the same style, at least 4, if not more, but yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. If you're into that whole style for sure. And then right along with that one, we check out this one as well, Archie Shepp and Jasper Van Hoff live in concert, Mama Rose. So it is a live show, obviously. Recorded in Germany, 1982. Recorded and released in Germany in 1982. This is on Steeplechase, I believe. Red Steeplechase label. And there are German and U.S. pressings there, but as you can imagine, Archie Shepp plays sax, and Jasper Van Hoff is a keyboard player, organ player. He also plays synths. Does some interesting electronic work with the computer, and he plays a grand piano as well. Like I said, definitely more of that electronic and jazz setting. This one a bit more. Well, I guess they're both kind of avant-garde, but definitely some avant-garde in the jazz in this one. Yeah, I guess we're recorded in Germany in the Black Forest. I'm not really familiar what area of Germany that is, but I think Jasper Van Hoff is a Dutch pianist. Not too familiar with him other than this record, but really good. Especially like a later record for Archie Shepp too. Really nice. Moving on, a couple newer releases, well, reissues, I should say. Traded some stuff in, picked these up. This one I've been after for a while, just never picked it up. This is Grupo de Improvisación Nueva Canzoneva. Wait, is that how you say it? Nuova Canzonenza, something like that. consonants. Anyway, originally released in '73. It's Italian. It's an Italian free jazz avant-garde group, free improvisation group with Ennio Morricone on trumpet. I believe he plays trumpet in this group. Yeah, they put out a bunch of different albums under different names. They did that Feedback album. Yeah, a bunch of different stuff, but really, really good. Like I said, it's a reissue from 2014 on Superior Viaduct. So if you're into that style that they're known for, this is definitely one of the better ones in my opinion, along with that Feedback album. Italian Experimental Collective. Yeah, it definitely is. Also featuring Franco Evangelisti and Egisto Macchi, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Ennio Morricone. So definitely an awesome album right there. And this one as well, Mustafa Özkent, Genklik Ile, I have no idea how to pronounce that, but there's the name right there, the title. Really cool cover art, really cool artwork on this. This is more a mix of funk and like Turkish funk and Turkish psych. Really, really cool. Originally released in '73 as well. Definitely some nice breaks on here. It's kind of like touted as like a original, like a sought-after DJ record and Grail, and I definitely wouldn't disagree. And it's definitely nice. It's pretty short. I believe it's under half an hour, like just about half an hour, but the original seems to be crazy rare. I believe there's only a handful of them out there, so it comes on this kind of splatter, whatever, streaky, but looks really cool, translucent. So definitely happy to have that, because I've been eyeing it for a while. I know it was showing a couple times too, but at least in the Facebook group. I'm not sure about any. I'm sure someone showed it in the VC, but not sure if in a video. But yeah, really cool. Like I said, mix of psych, Turkish psych, and funk. Done really, really well. Originally released in '73. Definitely some nice breaks on here and some nice beats as well. So Mustafa Özkent with orchestra. Next up, big, huge one I crossed off my list. I got two of those in this video. First one, let me just show it. Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch. It's an original from 1964. I'm not going to talk too much about this because you guys all should know what this is. It's an amazing free jazz, hard bop, whatever album. Freddie Hubbard, Bobby Hutcherson, Richard Davis, Anthony Williams. I'm not going to talk about this. You guys know what this is. So, amazing, amazing jazz album. Definitely one of the best. I know it's the best in a lot of people's eyes, and an excellent example of jazz, free jazz. So, unfortunately, the label has some writing on the side too, but the record is in pretty nice shape. The sleeve is a bit beat up, but no splits. Yeah, just really happy to have it. Either way, I traded for it, and just happy to finally, especially have a OG copy. So, thank you to Andy for that, because I traded him. So, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying what I sent you. Next up, this is Warren Smith and the Composer's Workshop Ensemble, Cricket Song Poems, excuse me, from 1982 on the Myth Music Company, which I'm not familiar with at all. I guess it's a New York company. Definitely an ensemble, big lineup on this. So I'm not gonna go through all the players. You guys can look it up, but a lot of players on here. Cricket Poem Song is probably the best known on here. Actually tells a story. Warren Smith goes through a whole story about how he kept throwing a cricket out of his house and he kept coming back in, and I don't know, it's kind of funny to just listen to the story, but I'm not going to spoil the ending. Yeah, mixed opinions about this album. I dig it. This mix of free jazz, maybe soul jazzy at times. Really cool. He has an album on Strata East as well, under the same group, Composers Workshop Ensemble, which is from a bit earlier. And I dig that one a bit more. That one's probably my favorite from him. But this one's definitely good. Definitely worth checking out, especially just for that song, Cricket Song Poem, excuse me. Cricket Song Dash Poem, so. Found that one sealed actually, so. We got it pretty cheap, the pop shrink on it. Not one of those that's gonna be worth keeping sealed. Usually try not to keep records sealed, so unless they have like doubles or something. One of my local stores was having a sale recently, so picked this up, which was like $6 I think, or $7. Goat, Commune, nice, Psych with African vibes, African grooves, whatever. Droney at times on Sub Pop, has this die cut sleeve, cool inner sleeve. I believe they are a Swedish group, pretty sure. They have a couple albums out. I think this is their last one. Or most recent, I mean, from 2014. But yeah, like Psych with African and other world music influences. Definitely drone-like at times. I'm not really a big fan of drone and like electronic music, but in stuff like this and like kind of more tribal and ethnic music, I kind of dig it. This one worked for me. And I also picked up two others that this store just had all new vinyl. So got Cans, Eggy Bamyasi or whatever. I'm butchering that, but classic album, obviously, guys. Probably all know what this is. This is the 2014 Spoon Mute reissue. I'm gonna bother checking it out, but just excellent album, definitely worth checking out. Originally released in '72, I believe. Yeah, but happy to have it. Not original, obviously. Probably not gonna have one, but was happy to have it. Period. And then I also picked up with that for I think this was $12 or $13. Hawkwind, self-titled. I'm sorry. So I think it's on colored vinyl, 180 gram, but originally released in 1970. This is a 2015 Record Store area issue. I'd like to find an original because they're not expensive, but this one was cheap for the time being. I just wanted it, so ended up picking that one up. And then from not that same store, but a store in that same town, I got William S. Fisher Circles. This is on Embryo from 1970, I believe. Really interesting record right here. Also has a die cut front circle. It's the inside cover. This is a white label promo, actually. Show you guys. Promo. Yeah, really cool. A really interesting mix of jazz, rock, funk, soul. Some nice soulful singing on here. Just definitely some experimental electronic stuff. Definitely just worth checking out for yourself. I was a little bit familiar with this, not fully. I've never heard the whole thing before picking it up, but I knew what I heard I really liked, so I grabbed it. Yeah, really cool, especially being a white label promo. It does have some water damage, as you can see, or water, not really damage, but just stains on the front there. Not really affected at all, but yeah, happy I grabbed it. 1970 William S. Fisher Circles. Check it out, definitely has some interesting stuff on here. There's other albums, I guess kind of similar in parts, and it's, I can't remember if it's easier to find or not, or harder to find, but that one, the promo, I guess, is kind of hard to find, so happy to found that. Next up, with some help from Mr. Chris Cole, I have picked up the Ivan Lasso Quintet Snow Snake. Really cool cover on this. The whole bottom, unfortunately, is water damage, as you can see, but it was cheap, and it's not easy to come across anymore, apparently. So I've never seen a copy before. Told me about it. This is a Dragon Records released, Private Press, Chicago, free jazz type stuff. And I really wasn't familiar with Ivan Lasso or any of the players on here, for that matter. You have P. Albors, flugelhorn, Gary Craben on trumpet and valve trombone. Ivan Lasso on plays sax, tenor sax. Darnell Jones plays electric bass, and Toby Tyrell plays drums. I believe Ivan Lasso wrote all the songs, all the compositions on here, so really, really cool though. Yeah, like I said, Chicago private press free jazz stuff, definitely done really well. And I think this one's actually from '91. Let's say definitely doesn't sound like it'd be. I guess you never know. Record could be from any time, but definitely sounds like it could have been an older record, you know. But yeah, really cool. Picked that up for a couple bucks. Wouldn't mind finding a better cover, but it is what it is. Oh, I forgot about this one. So I guess I kind of have three big ones that I crossed off my list this time around. Ended up finding this for a really good price compared to what it usually goes for a lot. Louis Moholo Octet, Spirits Rejoice. It's the same name as the Albrailler album, but definitely a bit of a different vibe on this one. Still free jazz. Not familiar with the music. Louis Moholo is a, I want to say South African drummer, and some of the players on here are English. You have Evan Parker on sax, Kenny Wheeler, trombone, Kenny Wheeler on trumpet, Nick Evans on trombone, Radu Malfadi on trombone, Keith Tippett, piano, Johnny Diani on bass, and Harry Miller on bass. So awesome lineup, as you can see. But great, this is on Ogun. Everyone pronounces it Ogun, I believe. But awesome, just spiritual, free jazz, avant-garde jazz, whatever. Came out in '78, so a bit of a later release, but so good. Yeah, just definitely worth checking out. I know Jonas picked this up not too long ago. Yeah, I ended up finding a copy too, so really cool, really happy. This is from the UK, I believe, UK pressing. Ogun is I think it's a UK label. It's kind of hard to find his stuff too, so definitely worth checking this one out if you aren't familiar with his music. I'll leave a link if I can remember. Two Polish records here. First one being a prog rock, SBB, Momento z Banalnym Triptykiem. Not going to translate that because there's really not a good translation for it. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. You guys can look it up. Anyway, rock, symphonic rock, flimsy Polish cover. This is their last album, I believe from 1980. 80 or 81, something like that. If you think it's 1980. Their last album. Definitely more symphonic than Fusion Spacey. Some of their earlier stuff was a bit different, but more maybe Spacey fusion-y. This one's definitely more symphonic and definitely still jazz rock. But still really great. I definitely enjoyed it. This is on the Polskie Nagrania, I believe, if I could ever get it out. Yeah, and a black Polskie Nagrania label, which is pretty cool. Always like seeing different colors of that label, but yeah, like I said, prog rock, symphonic rock. Pretty cool, worth checking out. Not their best album in my opinion, but I do like their early stuff. But this one's still better than I was expecting. Because I really didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be kind of being their last album, but not bad at all. This is what we're actually listening to, if you could hear it. I know it's probably kind of low, but Janusz Munia Quartet, Crazy Girl, from 1986. Another later Polish jazz album. More free jazz, avant-garde jazz. Well, this one also has elements of maybe a contemporary jazz and fusion. Done really well. Really nice mix of all those styles on Pol Jazz label. This one, I think Chris Cole sent me the link to this one as well. I was actually looking for it, so thank you, Chris, for that, if you happen to see this. Alright, almost done here. Once again, Chris Cole put a bunch of us onto this album, and we all ordered it from the man himself, Larry Chernikov, Gallery of Air. Really nice, I call this, nice mix of jazz, ethnic, maybe world music, new age. Even though I don't really like the term new age, kind of like, I don't know, people always just think the music's gonna be bad or just really look down upon new age, but I don't know, it's done really well. Sorry, there's probably a glare on this, but yeah, Larry Chernikov, he still had copies for sale, so Chris gave us the link. We all emailed him. He's probably kind of surprised that he got like so many orders in one day, but